In my last video, I gave you all the details about my granite countertops. Before I could have them installed, I had to make sure that this base cabinet was secured to the wall and level. In most homes, the studs are about 16 inches apart, so Draco's using a stud finder and a measuring tape to locate and mark off all the studs in the wall. That way we know exactly where to put our screws. We attach a circular saw bit to the drill and use that to cut out holes for the kitchen sink pipes. We move the cabinet into place. When I checked with my laser level, it showed that one side of the cabinet was a little lower, so I used wood shims in order to raise it up a little bit. Then I screwed the cabinets directly into the studs. Now here's where I fucked up. I should have waited until my countertops were installed before I started working on the backsplash. When I realized it wasn't gonna work, I removed the backsplash from the wall. I couldn't even be mad for real because y'all tried to warn me in my TikTok comments, but you know, a hard head makes a soft ass, and I learned the hard way. I didn't skim coat or paint this section of the wall because originally I was planning to cover it with cabinets, but I think open shelving will look much better, so I'm removing the texture from this area so that it'll match the rest of my kitchen. Now I gotta fix this backsplash. I traced one of the tiles on the wall to help me figure out what cuts I needed to make. I had to cut a few tiles in half for the top and bottom rows, and then I needed some thinner pieces for the sides. Drawing it out like this was super helpful because it allowed me to do all my cuts at one time. Using a tile saw isn't hard, but it is a little intimidating. The most important thing to remember is not to cut your fucking hand off. I bought this tile saw from Harbor Freight. I think it was around $50. It sprays water while you cut to help prevent cracking and chipping your tiles. I'm using my guide to make sure I get straight, even cuts on every piece. I turned off the tile saw and made sure the blade stopped spinning before I grabbed my pieces. For most of my cuts, I had enough room to make sure that my fingers were completely out of the way, but for some of the thinner pieces, I had to use a push block in order to move the tile forward. I don't have time to be sitting in nobody's emergency room. I'm using a 4.5-inch diamond blade with a continuous rim. Now it's time for me to put away my tile saw and go change my shirt. When I said it sprays water, I forgot to mention that it sprays the water on you. WD-40 got its name because the first 39 attempts failed. You won't always get it right on your first try, and that's okay. Even Aaliyah told you that if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try it again. When I first started this renovation, I had no idea what I was doing. Everything was new to me. I've never used power tools or fixed anything in my life. I made a few mistakes here and there. This backsplash definitely wasn't the first time I messed up, but I always try to remember to give myself grace because I'm still learning and this is part of the process. Draco's using a screwdriver to remove the cabinet doors from the hinges. Then I marked off exactly where we should put the holes for the cabinet knobs. First I drew a straight line here, then I used the measuring tape to find the middle. After drilling a hole in the cabinets, he attached the knobs. I bought this unfinished 60-inch base cabinet from Home Depot for $179. I'm using Behr's cabinet and door paint. The color is cracked pepper and I'm rolling it on with a 4-inch high density foam roller. I use the same paint color on all the trim throughout my house. I wanted this area to feel moody and sexy, and this color is perfect because it's dramatic and it draws attention without being too dark. I've been calling it black, but actually it's a few shades lighter. It's more of a dark gray color. I used a paintbrush to go back and cover all of the areas that I couldn't reach with the paint roller. If you wanted to make the switch to soft close hinges, this would be a good time to do that. I don't know how many people are going to agree with me on this one, but I personally hate soft close hinges. They move way too slow for me and I start getting impatient. Leave a comment and let me know if you fuck with soft close hinges or not. We took the cabinet doors off the hinges because it's best to paint them while they're laying down. It reduces the chances that the paint will drip and helps you get a perfect finish. When it was time to use the paint roller, I set the cabinet doors on top of 2 old paint cans, that way I can reach the side. I set them on a cardboard box to dry, and then a few hours later I was ready to put them back onto the cabinet. Before I show you the final results of this project, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's liked and commented on my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.